Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori has presented the state's 2026 appropriation bill of 1.664 trillion naira to the Delta State House of Assembly with a bold 70% dedicated to capital expenditure, signaling an aggressive push for infrastructure expansion and socio-economic development in the 2026 fiscal year. The budget, christened Budget of Accelerating the More Agenda, seeks growth within a stable macroeconomic environment based on Nigeria's GDP projected to grow by 3.9% in 2026. It focused on a long-term economic growth that is inclusive, developing human capital, accelerating infrastructural renewal, enhancing social cohesion, reducing the debt burden, and managing state resources better, which aligns with the center. According to Oborevwori, the budget has inputs from relevant stakeholders, president generals of communities, civil society organizations, NGOs, association of professional bodies, chambers of commerce, major state contractors, both local and international, banks and artisans or unions. It reflects priorities and goals of people, focusing on critical areas that will drive economic growth, improve infrastructure, enhance education, healthcare delivery, as well as promote the overall welfare of Deltans. He said that the total budget size, 499 billion, that's 30%, is proposed for recurrent expenditure, while 1.165 trillion, 70%, is earmarked for capital projects, representing a 70% increase over the 2025 appropriation. On revenue expectations, Oborevwori stated that the state anticipates significant improvement in federal allocations following the removal of fuel subsidy. Statutory allocation, including mineral deprivation, is projected at 720 billion naira, accounting for 43.28% of total revenue, reflecting a 23.75% rise from the previous year. He also disclosed that ongoing reforms in internally generated revenue collection are expected to yield 250 billion in 2026, an 86.5% increase over 2025.
We are determined to work for our people, deliver on the promises of the More Agenda, and make life more meaningful for everybody. Hence, Budget 2026 is about the government continuing to rise to the recurring challenges of physical discipline, economic diversification, social cohesion, infrastructural renewal, human capital development, and creating the right conditions for growth and prosperity. Achieving success will require the full buy-in of the three arms of government. I therefore invite Mr. Speaker and honorable members to support the vision encapsulated in these budget proposals and work with us to build a future that is just, fair, and equitable. These principles form the basis for the formation of Budget 2026, ensuring that it is people-centric, sustainable, and aligned with our collective aspirations.
In the expenditure breakdown, personnel costs are estimated at 185 billion naira, overheads at 204 billion naira, and 110 billion naira allocated for social contributions, benefits, and grants. He expressed confidence that the budget will enable significant strides towards addressing the challenges facing Delta State while building on the progress made so far. It is a budget that seeks to balance aspirations with fiscal prudence. Oborevwori also gave a scorecard on the performance of the 2025 budget that has maintained fiscal discipline, implementing effective cost control measures, and strengthening institutions overseeing government government contracts and procurement. He revealed that his administration also continued its aggressive and sustained debt repayment drive. Internally generated IGR grew over 90% in the first 18 months from 83 billion naira in May 2023 to 158 billion naira as at December 2024, and on track to surpass 200 billion, an increase of 140% by the end of 2025 without any additional tax burden on the people. Earlier in his welcome remarks, Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Momotimi Gowo, described the budget presentation as an affirmation of the covenant between the government and the citizens. He praised the governor's leadership, noting significant achievements under the MOA agenda, including strategic flyover, expanded road networks, improved healthcare facilities, strengthened education and empowerment programs. He assured the governor of the Assembly's resolve to undertake a thorough and timely review of the appropriation bill, stressing that the legislature remains committed to people-centered governance, accountability, and equitable development.
The annual budget presentation remains one of the most important engagements in our democratic tradition. It embodies transparency, reinforces accountability, and provides a clear roadmap for direction in which government intends to steer the state in the coming fiscal year. Today's plenary, therefore, highlights the harmonious interplay between the executive and the legislature in shaping policy, guiding development, and ensuring that governance remains people-centered. Your Excellency, your presence here today demonstrates the cordial and productive relationship that exists between the House and the Executive. This House remains committed to sustaining this partnership.
ADBN Delta State correspondent Charles Kusipi reports that key sectors earmarked for priority funding in 2026 are the Works Ministry, Urban Highways and Rural and Riverine Roads, 450 billion naira, Education, 105.086 billion naira, while the health sector received 50.067 billion naira. The Delta State Capital Territory Development Agency, 200 billion, and similar sum for Oborevwori and Environs Development Agency. Others are agriculture, energy and social protection, 10 billion to boost food security and agro investment, 16 billion to strengthen electricity supply through the state's upcoming multi-grid templates, and 20 billion to scale up social intervention programs respectively, while 100 billion is reserved for direct interventions across all 25 local government areas, translating into an average of 4 billion naira each.